This is Morning Juice. Sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
Attack and dominate. That's what we'll do this Wednesday. Today, I'm Tito. Bobby Carpenter on my left. Bodie across from us here. Good morning there, Mr. Carpenter. How are you today, my friend?
I'm doing well, sir. Doing well.
How is Ryan Day doing? Think he's happy?
What do you mean?
Heather
I think
Dinich.
she's happy.
Heather Dinich said she's not sure if Ryan Day is happy at Ohio State and he might entertain Penn State.
Heather Dinich is. I like Heather.
Thank you.
I really enjoy her. I think she's a smart gal.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's the case.
When I saw it, I was like, this can't be true. But yeah, she was talking about it. Is Ryan Day happy in Ohio State? I don't know.
I think he's happier here than he would be at Penn State. So, and happiness is a very interesting thing. Sometimes you don't want to screw it up.
There's your poll question today, Bodie. Already got. Could you be happier in Penn State than being in Ohio State?
Happy Valley in particular.
Yes.
Yeah.
Could you be happier in Happy Valley than you could be in Columbus? What do you like?
Yes, no.
I think it's yes, no. I think and I think most people say no.
You think so?
Just a thought there.
Happy Valley sucks, dude.
Trust me, dude.
Okay, so we know Bob's answer on that.
Bob's on the fence. We'll give him time to think about it.
How many people in this room have been to Happy Valley?
I have. I've been there several times.
Yeah,
I've never been to the camp. I've been to like in the town though, like when the Damons was there. I was there in the area in Happy Valley. First of all, it's a pain in the ass to get to.
Terrible.
That was awful. I enjoyed where I was at, but I would not want to live in Happy Valley.
Yeah.
There's your poll question. Should the name Happy Valley be changed to just Valley?
Sad Valley is what it should be called.
Sad Valley, just Valley.
What about what would be an emotion for mediocre?
Yeah, between happy and sad?
Yeah.
Okay Valley. How about Okay
It
Valley?
It is a worse place to live than South Bend, Indiana.
Wow.
And I say that with all due respect.
That's the Lord's country right
That's
there.
the other guy who's going to go to
It
Penn
can be
State,
the Lord's
right?
country, and that's fine.
I'll tell you guys this now.
That's more like it's more like before they found the promised land, all right? We're wandering in the desert. Notre Dame's a great college. Living in South Bend.
Oh, yeah.
You ask some of the coaches about what it's like to live in South Bend.
That's fair. I haven't talked to him on that subject, but I will ask him next time I speak to him. I will say, if Marcus Freeman is the next head football coach at Penn State,
he's not going to Penn State.
I know, that's why I was about to say I will. Somebody else will be sitting in this chair the immediate next moremorning. Okay,
look at this now. We may have, listen.
Now I will say
the building there for the new pope.
I vividly remember. The Monday morning after the Stanford victory. I think 45-14 on that one, but
probably was.
Seeing the look for LSU to make a run at Brian Kelly, and I'm like, Brian Kelly's not going to Baton Rouge, and by that night, that news was confirmed. But I don't think that's going to happen with Marcus Freeman and Penn State. I think they. I don't know why. After an offseason, after beating Penn State and beating them on the recruiting trail multiple times, he's going to go to Happy Valley. That's my opinion on that.
We're going to see a lot of different names thrown out there that make zero sense. Day and Freeman being two of them. They're not going there. By the way, Morning Juice sponsored by Riverside Bank in Dublin and Event Risk Elite Protection. 2 hours here on YouTube, the Fan app, and HD3. Download the show anytime. Catch us from 10 a.m. to noon on 10 TV Plus. Hear a replay of this here show on the Fan 2.
And Twitter and Facebook.
Yes, Fan 2, 1 to 3 p.m. and also live on Twitter and Facebook. Last night, Bob, we got a rarity in baseball. A true rarity. A postseason complete game. Yamamoto for the Dodgers. Goes the distance as the Dodgers beat the Brewers 5-1. Dodgers take a 2-0 lead in that series now before they shift back to L.A. Day off today. Tonight, we've got Toronto at Seattle. Seattle has got a 2-0 lead in that one already, and that game kicks off. It doesn't kick off. First pitch, I guess I would say, is 8:08 there. Bob, you ready to make people smarter?
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
All right, Carp, do your thing, brother.
Oh, boy. It is Wednesday, October 15th. Sorry, I was in the midst of signing into a new portal and doing all of...
Transfer portal?
Not that.
Oh, sorry. That's the only one I know about.
This portal nonsense that every company you have now has a portal you have to get through, and it's absolutely terrible and ridiculous. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on. But yeah, it is Wednesday, October 15th, the 288th day of the year, 77 days remaining in this 2025. This date, 1793, Marie Antoinette of France is tried and convicted of treason. You know what her punishment was, Bodie?
I'm gonna guess it was death or exile, Bob, or death by exile.
I think didn't they
Death by
chop
guillotine.
off? Yeah,
Death
chop
by
off
the
her head there.
guillotine. That was a very popular method.
It's quick.
Yeah, well, it is quick, assuming the blade's sharp. But the nice little gravity-powered blade that'll just drop down. It was a slap chop before there was a slap chop. This date, 1895, Napoleon begins his exile in St. Helena. 1959, the New York Municipal Airport opens, better known as LaGuardia now. 1972, Chris Everett wins the first WTA Tour Championship at the age of 17 in Boca Raton.
Chris or Jim?
Well, I think
Chrissy.
Chris, but maybe Jim too. I'm not sure. Jim Rome was there covering it.
Yeah.
1977, You Light Up My Life by Debbie Boone. It's number one.
But now you've come along, and you light up my life. You give me hope to carry.
There we go. How
That could
about
be your
that?
karaoke song, Bob. You could do that in karaoke, couldn't you?
I don't think so. It sounds like an incredibly difficult song to do to karaoke. This date, 1982, Wayne Gretzky passes Gordie Howe as the all-time points leader in NHL history.
Gretzky was all alone at the side of the net. Now Nichols to Duchesne. Back of the point to Laidlaw. In the corner for Gretzky. Back to Laidlaw and Nichols scores! And there's the record tire. Kings are down 4-3, trying to tie this game up. Off the draw. Here's Lowell with a minute to go in the game. Lowell cleared to the blue line, held in by Duchesne. Duchesne's pass in deep to Taylor to Gretzky. He scores! He's done it! Wayne Gretzky, the great one, has become the greatest of them all. The leading scorer in the history of the National Hockey League.
As Gordy pointed out, I've been really excited the last week. I think that maybe it was only fitting that an award such as this takes a lot of teamwork and a lot of help. And both teams who are here today are
Both
definitely
teams
a big
played
part
hard.
of
They did.
those 1,800 points that I've gotten in my career.
Both teams played hard, my man. Both teams played
That ball
hard.
don't lie.
Puck don't lie.
Puck don't lie
What's
either.
Rashid up to nowadays?
It's a
Is he
great
on a
question.
podcast or anything?
You gotta believe he is.
Why? I
Because
think
he's-
Rasheed Wallace is a dude that probably just likes to sit around and sit in a rocking chair and drink some Hennessy and relax.
I thought he was going to die on the floor in Game 7 of the 2010 Finals.
do you guys want to guess?
Playing so hard.
Kendrick Perkins got hurt
Oh yeah.
Game 6, and they needed a 30-plus minute night at a sheet. And
I don't know
let's
if he
just
was
say his
fully-
condition at that
Yeah.
age, at that point in his career,
Well, he
wasn't the
probably
best.
wasn't fully up
And,
to it.
yeah, he wasn't. He was not, Bob. Good call on that.
Last check on him was in 2022. He was an assistant coach for Memphis for Penny Hardaway.
Nice.
Really,
but-
Lil Penny?
Yeah, Lil Penny. On January 13, 2022, it was announced Wallace would not serve an in-person role, but would finish the season working remotely. Nothing since then. Do you want to guess?
Working remotely. I love how you can coach basketball remotely.
Yeah. Do you want to guess Rasheed Wallace's career earnings in the NBA? Let's play that game.
Oh, I'm guessing he made. First of all, he played
Played a long time.
from 95 to 18. Gosh, he was with the Knicks.
18?
Or not 18,
Okay.
13.
13.
Okay, I was going to say,
He
jeez.
was with the Knicks. He played 18 years. I didn't even remember him with the Celtics.
I don't either remember that.
It was only a year, maybe
Two
Two.
years.
Oh,
two at
9 to
most.
10.
Yeah. Yeah, he won Garnett in 09. That's
I
for
would
sure.
say he made $250 million.
250. What do you want to say?
Jeez, I was thinking more. I was going to say 75, but I feel like that's a stupid answer now. I'll bump my answer up to 110.
158 million.
Oh, you got it. Price is Right rules.
You did.
Good job.
If he
everybody.
played today, though,
oh, he would have made
He'd make that in 3 seasons.
Yeah.
yeah.
Unbelievable.
I saw James Franklin's buyouts more than Paterno made his entire career.
Of course.
Yeah, I think it's just here. He's going to get paid more to not coach than Paterno got to coach.
That's 100%.
Yeah.
I think that's.
I know it's assumed, but just when you hear it though, when you say it, think about it that way. He's getting paid not to coach more than Paterno got paid to coach.
I mean, Joe Paterno probably made $1 million at the apex of his career.
I would think so too. Yeah.
Good guy, Joe Pa.
The state 2008, the Dow closes
Just
down.
gonna let that go. All right, fair enough.
Oh, I'm not saying he's not a good guy. Like,
Well.
I mean, there's a lot of things that happened there. Like Roth and I examined that 6 ways from Sunday when everything happened and
Okay.
what went down. I don't think Joe Paul's a bad guy. I mean, I think he probably. Well, I would tell you this: if we're going to relitigate all of it, I think he was an older guy who probably didn't fully understand everything that was going on at the time. I mean, when I met him in 2001 on a recruiting visit, he was late showing up because his wife fell and broke her hip. And my dad's like, I don't know if this guy is
Bruise on the leg.
Yeah, well, she couldn't move. He's like, I don't know if this guy is going to be long for this world and everything. That was in 01. Now, granted, he made it 10 more years, but I don't know how cognizant he was. Him and Paul Pierce have some things in common as well. This date, 2008, the Dow closes down 933.08 points, nearly an 8% drop, the second largest percentage drop in Dow history.
What in the world is happening on Wall Street?
2-year no yields went from 190 to 166 in the blink of an eye.
On the NASDAQ, everything and more has been completely wiped out.
It was the worst day on Wall Street since the crash of 1987.
From the financial capital of the world, the opening bell is going to ring in 5 seconds, and to be honest with you, we wish it wouldn't.
Traders here working the phone say a lot of their customers are freaked out, waiting to see how low the Dow will go. They're focused on the Dow, not so focused on OPEC. Yes, OPEC did cut production by 1.5 million barrels per day.
How low can you go?
It was a fairly precipitous drop, not exactly ideal for folks who had money in the market. That was the beginning of the end, Bodie, for about a nice 3 or 4 year run where there was a lot of bad things going on in the country. This date, 2014, Chuck Berry performs for. Hold on. Did I miss Beautiful Day?
I think you did, Bob.
I did. 2000, Beautiful Day hits number 1.
It's a beautiful day. Sky falls, you feel like it's a beautiful day. So let it get away on the road.
They're like Arch Manning for me.
What?
They're like Arch Manning. U2 is.
Overrated?
Well, no. I'm saying I don't think they've personally overrated themselves. I think that people have overrated U2 to the point where I think they're overrated. Like I think U2's an okay band. I don't think they're as good as people say they are. I think they're victims of that. Like Arch Manning, he didn't go out there and say I'm the greatest quarterback. People said, "Oh, this guy's going to win the Heisman." He underperformed. U2's the greatest. They're not. I don't blame U2, but I'm just telling you they're overrated.
I don't think they're the greatest band ever, but I think they're really good. They've got about 7 or 8 songs that I really enjoy.
Is that what it takes to be like they've got 7 or 8 songs over like 50 years, whatever it's been.
I mean, 50 years, I don't think they've had really anything I've enjoyed in the last 20.
Maybe. Okay.
Beautiful Day is on the very fringe of
I
being
like Beautiful
good.
Day. I like Sunday Bloody Sunday. I like Pride.
Pride's good.
Pride's a good one. I like With or Without You.
Great. That's one of my top ones.
I like
that's
that
why
one quite a bit.
That's why they're With or Without You is one of my favorite songs.
It's a good song, yeah.
So that's why I have them in my catalog of being very accomplished. I mean, Bono wears sunglasses all the time. You can take it or leave that.
And if your name is Edge, and that's all it is, your first name V, last name Edge, that's pretty strong. That's strong right there.
Some birthdays today. Virgil, the Roman poet, born on this date, 70 BC. Lee Iacocca, the former head of Ford, and then the head of Chrysler, born on this date, 1924.
Our Chrysler LeBaron series. Nobody has anything like them. Not Ford, not GM, not the imports. I challenge you to compare their quality and technology to anything that comes out of Germany or Japan. There's this sporty coupe that's priced so that you won't go into sticker shock. And a four-door sedan that offers impressive gas mileage and 6-passenger room. This handsome town and country, this dazzling convertible that puts a little fun back into driving. No cars are perfect, but these come pretty close. Drive them. See for yourself how quiet and smooth they are. If you don't agree they're the best Chrysler's ever made, the very best America has to offer at a sensible price, then I'm in the wrong business. Oh, one more thing. If you can find a better car, buy it.
Michael's trying to throw a poll question out there. Who's better, Paterno or you two?
I don't really how to compare those two.
I know. That's what makes it. That's why it's fun.
Yeah, it's interesting. We're turning 79 today, brother of Karen, Mr. Richard Carpenter. There we go. You a big Karen Carpenter fan, ain't Karen?
Karen was talented, no doubt about it.
How about Uncle Rich?
It was weird because that was a time when you had like brother and sister singers, groups, whatever, and they would like kind of look at each other weird when they're singing love songs. Like Donnie Marie, that was kind of weird too. When they would go out there on the Osmond show and they would be singing like a love song.
Oh, Gladys Knight and the Pips.
That's a little different. They were where did
no,
Pips
I told
Knight?
you the Pips was her. Oh,
that's right. You did tell me that. Yes.
King Pip was her oldest brother.
You're right. Yes, but that was a little different though because it was a group behind him. Whereas this was more like Karen and
like Endless Love.
Yeah, like that kind of thing. That's what it was kind of like.
Friends listen to Endless Love in the Dark.
I'm just go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to. Yeah, you can finish your thought there. Go ahead.
I was going to say it's just kind of weird though when you see like Donnie Marie or
Bodie and his sister used to have a duet group.
I was going to say Joaquin Phoenix always.
Ever since I had you watch Gladiator, now you're all over that.
Tell me whether or not his love for his sister was maybe a little over the top at times in that movie.
A little over the top, a little creepy. Yeah. Maybe you could say that much. Born in this state in 1945 and turning the big 80, Hall of Fame pitcher, 3-time Cy Young winner for the O's, Jim Palmer. Big happy birthday to him. Tito Jackson, born in this state in 1953. He passed away last year. And one of my favorites. Did you recognize this when you heard it?
I did. Yeah.
Middle
just
school
for
dance?
Some context, Bob said this song, and I was like, hey, yeah, okay, sure. First off, I recognized it as soon as I heard it, and then I read the lyrics, and I was like, wow, this is an interesting song.
Well, it's fairly provocative.
A little bit, yeah.
Bodie. I bet our guy listens to this out in Vegas sometimes.
Yeah.
Your Highness.
Good morning.
What song is it?
55 today, Mr. Genuine.
Oh.
Hopefully, I'm thinking we got Cowboy fired up.
Without even falling off.
It hurts my heart that he's 55. I mean, like, that was a song that was played a lot when I was younger. I mean, middle school, high school. And the fact that he's 55 now just, it's really like a shot to the heart. I thought he would always stay young forever.
D'Angelo died.
Who's D'Angelo?
Oh, the rapper. Never mind. He was like 51. He died.
D'Angelo Vickers?
Not D'Angelo Vickers. No, he died. I think.
Where were you on 9/11?
He had a big song. He had a couple big songs, but go ahead.
Blaine Gabbert turning 36 today. I feel like
Jaguars legend.
Yeah, probably should be a little
He's still
older.
in the league?
I don't think so.
I wouldn't think so.
Oh my God, he better not be.
His younger brother played at Miami, Ohio.
Yes, I remember that.
I felt like he played in college for 7 years.
Doctor?
No, COVID man,
Oh, okay.
COVID king.
Okay.
And then passing on this day, 2018, one of the founders of Microsoft, the Seahawks owner, and now his wife is running it. 2018, Paul Allen passing away. Some holidays and observances, if I can find the right time.
Blaine Gabbert stopped playing in 2023, by the way. It was his last season.
Hey, so he played till he was 34 years old, man. Good for him.
He got 2 Super Bowl rings, too, by the way.
Gosh, that's
Are you
God
serious?
bless, God bless America.
The last one with Kansas City, and he won one with, I believe, Tampa Bay.
Tampa?
Nice.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah. I think
If
that's where
Brady
we
ever went down, they were fine. They have Gabbert ready to go.
Gabbert right there ready
Blaine,
to go.
he was in the wings. Tom Train, TB12, said he's ready to rock.
BG2.
What?
BG2, Blaine Gabbert. That's fine.
Oh, goodness. Some holidays observances today. It is Global Dignity Day. Hand washing day, which would be good for my kids. I Love Lucy Day. National Cheese Curd Day. National Chicken Cacciatore Day. How about that?
What is that?
Chicken Cacciatore. It's a little Italian dish. You ever had that?
No, never even heard of it.
Chicken sauce.
More or less. National Pug Day, which I learned in the campaign that pugs are evil dogs. Have you seen the campaign, buddy? Yeah.
Punches that baby right across the jaw.
Well, sometimes you just got to put your head in the freezer, bud. And Unity Day as well. And those historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date, Wednesday, October 15th, 288th day of the year, 77 days remaining.
Tyron Smith.
In this 2025.
You feeling okay, Bob? Well done,
good.
First of all. Okay.
Thank you.
This is like record time for us for our shortest one.
No, I wouldn't say that. There's times where we've been done quicker. I told Bodie yesterday,
Light day.
October 15th, if you want to kind of carve out some land in the annals of history, October 15th would be the day
That's
to
a good
do
one.
it. Yeah, there's not a lot going on. So if you want to be born on that day, die on that day, today, or do something really famous on this day, it would be notable because there's not a lot of big things that have happened.
League title and playoff implications are on the line in the Capital Ford of Columbus High School football game of the week as Hamilton Township hosts Bloom Carroll this Friday night. Coverage starts at 6:30, the kick at 7. After the game, it's Bayer Subaru Dublin's overtime with Ryan Baker and Lee Cochran. Friday nights are for high school football on the Fan. Big show today. We will have Austin Ward on later on. We'll hear from Coach Ryan Day, things he had to say yesterday. Coming up next, though, a prominent basketball coach said something interesting. It's only interesting because he said it. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
More and more these days, people who are in pain are trying to take control of their health. They want to look beyond the traditional medicine of going to just a normal doctor. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. People just like you and me are finding lasting relief without steroids, medication, surgery, right here in Columbus, Ohio at QC Kinetics. You'll be treated by the highly regarded orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Ray Tesner, founder of Grant Sports Medicine. Here's how it works. Your blood contains many tiny but mighty healing tools. At QC Kinetics, Dr. Tesner and his team will get to the root of where your pain stems from, right down to the cells that are involved. By putting these natural elements to work, your body, it can revitalize your joints, literally using your own body's biologics to heal you. It's a simple injection, not a hospital stay, no drugs. It's fast, all natural, and there's no downtime. So if it's knees, backs, hips, whatever it may be, give QC Kinetics a call for your free consultation. 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. QCkinetics.com/Columbus.
In honor of all those we've lost to cancer and those still fighting and thriving, like basketball analyst and cancer champion Dick Vitale.
I want to beat cancer. I'm going to beat it. That's no doubt in my mind. I'm going to win this battle.
Defeating cancer will take all of us. Join our team to help fund game-changing research that saves lives. At the V Foundation, V is for victory over cancer. V is for victory over the odds. V is for victory over health disparities, victory over setbacks, victory over the unknown. V is for victory over giving up.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Donate to the V Foundation to join our team and help save lives.
Cancer can take away all my physical abilities. It cannot touch my mind, it cannot touch my heart, and it cannot touch my soul.
100% of donations fund game-changing cancer research. Donate now to the V Foundation at v.org.
When it comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
Heather and I had an argument just like any other couple. I was lost. I had snapped. I had a gun and I was going to take my own life. Heather helped me realize that there was still a life to live for the better of myself, my family. My weapon is now safely put away.
A moment of crisis can happen to anyone. Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
Lexi spent more than 6 years in foster care.
Before I was adopted, I felt alone.
With help from the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, Lexi now has a forever family and the foundation for a bright future.
Adoption changed me for the better. I feel like I can be whoever I want to be.
You can help find permanent homes for children still lingering in foster care. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
All right. Morning Juice. Tito, Bobby, Bodie. Bobby, a basketball coach in the college ranks, said, I want to help 25 to 30 more families. The only way you do that is to be transformational as a coach. If you're not, you are transactional.
Who said that?
If I become transactional, I'm going to pay you to do this or in that, then I won't do this anymore. I don't need to. John Calipari.
Yeah, you want to be transactional. That's money on the nightstand.
He is.
You want to be more Marv Albert. Stilettos in the back.
He said, if I
you
become
do it for the love of the game.
I'm going to pay you for this to do this and that.
Yes.
Isn't Calipari already transactional?
No, man.
Oh, come on, Bob.
Does it for the love of the game.
You're right. You're absolutely right. He said Kelvin Sampson. Well, Kelvin Sampson, remember, got busted in Indiana. What would he get busted for? Was that for the was that illegal benefits or
recruiting thing?
Thing or calling something like that. Anyway, using the business phones or something for personal something along those lines. Anyway, here's what Calipari said. Kelvin Sampson and I just talked. I said we've got to fix some of this stuff before we're out for our own children. So Calipari and Kelvin Sampson are going to be they're
the bastions, the beacons.
Yes, they are the ones.
Of the ones who are going to lead the charge.
Can we get Rick Pitino in there, too?
Why not? Yeah. Maybe Bobby Pitino can represent the football side of things. Calipari said, I don't mind kids transferring. You just can't transfer 4 times because it's not good for you. 4 schools in 4 years, you'll never have a college degree, but that last place you'll be at, they'll really be loyal to you. No, you're a mercenary.
Hey, listen, man. You got to learn hard lessons in life.
Yeah.
And read all these books on parenting, a lot of books on leadership, all these different things. Try to consume as much as I can in this realm. Do I think it's good for kids to young men, young athletes in general to go to 4 schools? No. When you get done playing, and look at who's the tall dude we had from Kentucky last year?
Ahmad Bradshaw.
I think it was Aaron.
Aaron Bradshaw. Ahmad Bradshaw's running back to the Giants.
Yeah, he played at Marshall, and
yes,
then
he
played at Virginia.
God, I am so my dad now. I'm doing that all the time.
It's good.
No, it's not, Bobby. Ahmad Bradshaw's not Aaron Bradshaw. I got it wrong.
Aaron Bradshaw.
Okay.
Fan favorite last year for the Buckeyes.
Yes. Where did he transfer to?
After Ohio State?
I have no idea.
I'm going to check. That's a great question.
Probably a D2 school.
No, I think he went to Memphis. Yeah. I knew he went west.
It's not transactional, though.
All right, so where do you think he goes next year?
Right, yeah, he'll play somewhere else, yeah.
I'm guessing that'll be his fourth school in 4 years. I don't know if he can make it quite to Arkansas.
I don't know if he can make it to Memphis, but...
Yeah.
But here's the bet. He'll be playing for 4 schools in 4 years. When he is done with his overseas career, G League career, whatever it is, after like 2 or 3 seasons, because people realize, despite his immense talent and size and frame, he's really lazy and doesn't care and doesn't love the game.
Other than that, though, he's a great teammate.
He's a hell of a
other
player.
than that, well, listen, that's what it is. It's the reality of what it is.
Yeah.
Now, maybe those things could shift, but to this point, people are, well, how do you know he doesn't love the game? Like, well, he has all the physical abilities to be good, but he's not. So you tell me what is in that disconnect right there.
Especially rebounding. Rebounding really.
He doesn't even play hard, Bodie. He just doesn't play hard.
Didn't play hard.
Allergic to paint.
I mean, Rasheed Wallace, as you mentioned, Bodie, in that 2010, he may have been out of shape, but he was giving you what he had.
He gave you everything he had.
He may not have prepared.
Wasn't a lot, but
he may not have prepared for the game, and he may have been in his mid-30s.
Yeah.
But he still played hard when he got in there because he was trying to win. Aaron Bradshaw, that's not the case. And so, like, these guys that don't love it, and the other thing I've always tried to explain is, because most people are like, well, how could you not play as hard as you could? You've got all this ability. You get a chance to do these things. Yes. That is true. But some people just do it because they've always been good at it. And once they actually have to work a little bit, I don't know if this is for me. But I want everything else that comes around it, okay? I want I watched like maybe a month ago. I stumbled into Jerry Maguire late at night. I want the Quan.
Yeah.
I love the money, the respect. All right. I want Jerry Maguire to be my ambassador of Quan for me. All right. To quote Rod Tidwell.
Yes.
Afraid by Cuba Gooding Jr. did an excellent job in that movie. But
I think Jamie Foxx was up for that role.
I could see Jamie Foxx.
I could see him do it too. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, Cuba Gooding Jr. knocked it out of the park, but I could see Jamie Foxx doing it too.
But there's just those guys, they want everything that comes with it. And that's the thing where some guys get to Ohio State to play football. And it's the same thing. Like, guys get to the NFL and they're like, why don't some guys make it? I'm like, well, because they finally have to start really working at it. And he's like, they're not very tough. I'm like, yeah, because they've never really had to do anything. And no one's ever held them to task. And they've always been better than everyone else. And then one day they get to the league. The conversation was had with me and a scout. They're like, do you think money changes guys? I think it maybe does with some. But I think sometimes they've just now ascended to the point where they actually have to work. And they really don't want to. And they've always just been better than everybody. So I don't know if it was the money or it's just the fact that now the talent is much more equitable than it ever was before. And so now they're exposed for the fraud that they've always been.
Did money change you at all?
I don't know what that means.
I don't
know.
Well, you said Scout Ashton. I was curious, like, because
I've done the same thing I've always done my entire life.
I gotcha. So, yeah, I did.
I'm a pattern and routine guy. I've only known one or two ways to have success, and I've always done those things the same way. I mean, right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm heavily routine based.
Was that a conscious effort by you to not let money change? Like, did you say?
When you say money changes you, money doesn't change you.
Okay.
It only reveals what was already there.
Okay.
You give somebody who's a hard worker and philanthropic money, they're going to be a great person. They're going to work hard and be very generous. You give someone who's a lazy a-hole, it's only going to empower them to be more of that.
The way you looked when you said lazy a-hole is a bit offensive, but I'm just curious about, like,
I'm just saying,
like I didn't know if it was if you going in, before you signed your first contract, was it something in your mind where you said, I am not going to let this, or was it just inherent in you?
Yeah, my dad's parents always lived the same way regardless. I mean,
Okay.
my dad never made a ton, but I mean, he told me this, he did a great job of like outlining this to me when I think I was maybe in high school a little bit.
Okay.
And I was starting to get recruited by bigger schools, trying to figure out what you want to do. And, obviously you see there's some potential there. And some of these schools have guys that go and play in the NFL. And, he's like, you'll never have enough money. He's like, anybody that'll tell you that is wrong, no matter how much you have. Like, this guy's rich. Why would he do that? I'm like, you know what rich people like? More money.
Yeah.
Like, there's only one thing better than what you got is more. So he's like, it'll never be enough. He's like, he's like, I always told myself, granted, this was back in the 1970s. Like, if I ever made $100,000, he's like, it'd be a living. I mean, his dad probably made $4 or $5 grand. He's like, I made $100,000. Like, that'd be it. He's like, well, then maybe if I just make $2,
right?
And then maybe if I make $250. There's always a number out there. You're never going to feel secure in it. Like, and so don't let that define you. Like, if money's all you chase, that's all you ever catch. So, like, guys that chase that, like, go try to be the best at something. Strive for something noble to be good at, and then all of the other things that come with it. Well, that's great, and that all money does is affords you the opportunity to kind of to do different things and how you choose to spend and allocate your time. So that's really all that it provides you. So it changing you. Some people just allow it doesn't change them. It just allows them to be what they've always wanted, which, like you said, for some people, that's great.
Yeah.
There's people out there that are fantastic, that once they have success, they're the type of person you want to be around. And I played with guys like that. I also play with guys who are entitled, self-righteous a-holes because that's what they've always been, and now they didn't have to fake it anymore.
Can you think of guys right now that got the second contract that you played with? And I'm not asking you to name any
guys
names.
That made the first, guys that got drafted. Yeah. I'm like, first of all, buddy, this isn't enough to allow you to be like this for the rest of your life. Maybe for like 5 years. And then you're going to have a real hard time downshifting back to being someone who actually has to respect other humans again.
Another thing that...
But yes, Bodie, there are guys that come to mind that, as soon as they got to a point where they felt like they were good, that the NFL is a little bit different because it's not like it's a fully guaranteed deal.
Yeah.
You get some and an allotment up front, but if you do enjoy playing the game, which most guys, just about everybody in the NFL that plays for a handful of years like they do, because it's really hard.
It's hard to coast too, right? Like, I'm sure the NBA is probably more guilty of this. Yes. I think Bradley Beal got his deal with Washington, and he's like, you know what? Like 50 games a year, like go to Phoenix. I got a no trade clause. Why would I want to play hard and work? Like living out in the desert here, it's pretty nice. Like,
taxes are good.
Actually, I'm sorry. I think he's with the Clippers now. I forgot about that.
He is, yes, with the Clippers now. That's right, yes.
Which is another team that, him. I don't know that James Harden's always been the hardest worker in the league.
Right, you got
James Harden. James Harden, I think, is a guy that likes to play basketball. I don't know if he's a guy that likes to win, to do whatever it takes to win.
Yeah,
because that may mean like sacrificing of himself a little bit.
Yeah, and there's been times he hasn't always been at the peak shape. Harden, I think he's incredibly talented, obviously, and he's relied on that a bunch. He's obviously worked incredibly hard to get as good as he can, but there's probably, I think it's fair to say that there's like 10% left in the tank that over the years, maybe not now at his age, but over the years, like he could have been a little bit better.
Oh, yeah, he could have. He could have been a better defender. There's a lot of things that if he chose to work, and that's the one thing I will always give LeBron. Like, there is no stone unturned when it comes to him performing.
Oh, yeah, no
like
question.
The amount of effort, people can dog this and the load management and everything, and I saw this awesome deal with Charles Barkley yesterday, just hammering everybody, about load management. He's like, people that work for a living, teachers, doctors, firemen, police, like he names off all these professions. You're working construction. He's like, there's no load management there. Yep. He's like, you're going to make $50 million and tell me you can't play basketball 2 days in a row? He's like, I made $5 million. He's like, I was incredibly happy to make that.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to be jealous of what guys are making, but at the same point, man, you got to go out there and work.
Bob, you mentioned the guaranteed thing. It reminded me of something I wanted to ask you. So,
Tommy Boy, take a dump in a boxing market, guaranteed.
Kirk Cousins has a certain amount of guarantee in his contract with the Falcons, right? And as you've told me, when you sign that part of the guarantee, the Falcons have to put that money that's guaranteed into escrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's say Kirk Cousins gets traded to the Bengals.
Yep.
They didn't figure out how much is left of the guarantee that hasn't been paid yet, and the Falcons get to pull it out, and the Bengals put it in?
No,
or how does
I think
that work?
the Falcons, they're on the hook for that.
They're on the whole guaranteed.
Yeah, if that was guaranteed at signing, they still have to pay him that. That's why when you do those trades, now they can work things out. That's why there's usually a restructuring when they do it.
Right.
But depending on whether it's like a roster bonus or a signing bonus or different things, and like how the money is guaranteed, if it's go for skill and injury,
right,
and all these different things, then yes. Sometimes that's why you're like, they can't trade him because they would have to eat all of that cap hit at once, and all that money would then automatically be paid down.
All right. Coming up next,
Riverside.
Coming up next,
Riverside, yes.
Riverside, strong side. Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town and an opportunity to work alongside them as partners, whether you're a small business or a large operation? Riverside Bank of Dublin, they've got you covered. They've got the right tools for the job. They understand the business climate in our area and will help you reach your goals, whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale. Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Coming up next, folks, quick hitters, morning juice.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turn skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville, or online at greensons.com for all your Kubota needs.
My son Ian was diagnosed with a brain tumor at the age of 16 months. The outlook was pretty rough. I mean, it was, we had no hope until St. Jude rescued us. I mean, they saved him. To this date, we are 12 years into this journey, and from day one, we've never once seen a bill. It gave us the peace of mind to know that we're there with our son, and we're gonna beat cancer together. Now, he is doing really, really well. He's alive, because of what St. Jude has done. He's here because of the doctors who came before, their blood, their sweat, their tears, the knowledge accumulated and shared, with everyone else around the world. This is how we get rid of this, how we help kids beat cancer all over. It's the future.
Together, we will make cures possible for every child everywhere. Learn more at stjude.org.
Diane from Michigan, a disabled senior citizen trying to get by. Henry from Florida, a veteran fighting to make ends meet. Elena from Arizona, a mother struggling to feed her daughter. Hi, I'm Connie Britton, and I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year, like Diane, Henry, and Elena. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
As we wonder why our kids are struggling, someone is getting bullied. As we discuss how to improve their mental health, someone is being harassed on social media. As we wonder why they're skipping school, someone is crying themselves to sleep. Knowing the signs is the best way to prevent bullying.
Please just leave me alone.
Learn the signs at sandyhookpromise.org.
Yo, I'm your old basketball. Haven't seen you out on the courts in a while. Why not pass me over to Goodwill? Donating me helps Goodwill's mission to provide career training and support services right here in the community. And that's a slam dunk. Donate today. Hey, I got next.
To find your nearest Goodwill locations and to learn more about our mission, please visit goodwill.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
Attack and dominate, YouTubers. You're locked into Morning Juice.
We're back. Morning Juice. Tito, Bobby, Brody. And now it's Brody's time to shine.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
Brody, take it away.
Happy Wednesday, fellas. We'll start here. Week 7 of the NFL's regular season gets underway tomorrow night in Cincinnati with the Bengals hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. And what Steelers defensive lineman Cam Hayward is calling the Icy Hot Bowl. It's a quarterback matchup of Joe Flacco facing Aaron Rodgers. It'll be just the second time a pair of opposing quarterbacks face one another at the age of 40 or older in either the regular season or the postseason. The only other time it happened was back in 2020 when Tom Brady took on Drew Brees. Rodgers said, quote, "I think it's great for all the old guys. I know that when I watch other sports, maybe it's because I'm the older guy, but I tend to pull for the older guys to win championships." Bobby, I don't know if championships is in the future for either one of these two teams, probably Flacco in particular, but good for those two guys, man. 05 draft, 08 draft, still hanging around, both on their third or fourth team, give or take there, but that's all right. Rodgers' third team, Flacco's 3 or 4, right?
Flacco was Ravens, then
Browns and Bengals. He was with the Jets for a minute,
You're
right?
right, I believe he was.
That's 4.
He didn't play with the Colts, did he? Where did he go after the Ravens?
I don't know.
I'll take a look. I got it. I'll take a look.
But listen, I don't think Flacco's winning anything, but I do think the Steelers can make a playoff run. They're probably going to win their division, and their division's so bad that may set them up for a pretty advantageous bid and seed in the playoffs. If you look at what they've been able to do, I mean, they're 5-1, right?
Yeah, 4-1.
4-1. Had to buy.
Yeah.
4-1. Only lost one game. They're going to get some more wins.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's a chance that they could be a 12 or 13 win team just by virtue of the fact that the AFC North is terrible right now.
Flacco was Baltimore, Denver.
Gosh, I forgot about that.
Jets, Cleveland, Indy.
He was
Cincinnati.
with Indy. Okay.
Yes, you're right. He was with Indy. He made 6 starts with them, went 2-4.
That's where he went last year after they didn't bring him back.
Right.
This is his 6th team, Bodie.
Well, Baltimore, Denver, Jets, Cleveland, Indy, Cincy. Yep, 6 teams.
Does Cleveland count twice if you're...
I was going to tell... I'd have to count Cleveland
Second
twice.
tour, but that would be... He played with 6 unique clubs.
Yes, that's fair. Bob, the thing with Aaron Rodgers, he is right now trending to have his best season since 2021.
Yeah, he's been very efficient.
On his current pace, he would have 34 touchdown passes, 10 interceptions. 68.8 completion percentage and 104.9 QBR. In 2021, he had 37 and 4 as far as touchdowns and interceptions, 68.9% completion, same, just about what it is, and 111.9 QBR. Yeah, if the Steelers win this week against Cincinnati, they're 5-1, Ravens 1-5. It's like they'd have to royally screw up to lose that division somehow.
I'm saying they're not going to.
No, they should.
And you have the Browns and Bengals as the other two options. One team traded their quarterback to the other to solve their quarterback problems. One team gave up, and the other team's grasping at straws.
Right. And so, what a huge – if they can get the win this week, which, God, I hope they get the win over the Bengals. That would be so huge for them.
Cincinnati.
I would think they would, too. I don't know what the spread is on that one, but I think they would beat them also. But, and by the way, Breeze and Brady met 3 times that year in 2020 when it was Buccaneers and Saints.
Yep.
And they played twice in the regular season. I think the once in the playoffs, and it would have been, but they played 3 times that season.
Pittsburgh 5.5 on the number there tomorrow night. Thursday night football. Next up, guys, in college football, Brian Kelly did a lot of good things in his 12 seasons coaching the Fighting Irish in South Bend from 2010 to 2021.
You don't believe
No,
that.
I do.
He did. He got him to a good spot.
Maybe his best move out of all of them, that came following the 2017 season when defensive coordinator Mike Elko departed for Texas A&M, and Brian Kelly promoted then linebackers coach Clark Lee to Notre Dame's defensive coordinator. And all Lee did from there was help the Irish go on a 3-year stretch. They made the college football playoff twice, and they had one of the best defenses in the country in all 3 seasons. Now those two, Lee and Kelly, will meet one another this coming weekend in Nashville as number 17 Vanderbilt plays host to number 10 LSU. In that meeting, the Commodores are set to break quite the streak that they have for themselves as far as the sports books go. Vanderbilt is favored by 2.5 points in the matchup, and according to CBS Sports, it's the first time the Commodores have been favored against LSU since 1948. It's also the first time they've been favored against a ranked opponent since 1978, at least 1978 per CBS Sports. In Vanderbilt, they have played 176 straight games against ranked opponents as an underdog. Tito, can the Commodores pull off the upset? Can the student best the teacher?
I think so.
I think so, too.
I think Vanderbilt's got a legit shot in this game. They're favored of that, which means they obviously have a shot. But
so does Vegas.
It seems, Bobby, like Vanderbilt all of a sudden has become a tough place to play.
Oh, it's a tough place to play. Well, they've worked on redoing their stadium. It's not the
I think it's
biggest,
still under construction.
Still under construction.
Too.
It's not going to be the biggest
even
thing.
Tougher.
But I mean, they're good. Vanderbilt's good. I mean, they got Diego. Out there, Pavia. Dude, they're rolling. Like they're a tough team. Clark Lee's a tough coach. Like they've got some good things going on there. Like it's impressive what they've been able to do, and God bless them if they win this game. You know how many SEC titles Vanderbilt's won?
I'm guessing it's probably 0.
Yeah, that would be my guess, too.
You know, there's one more title, SEC titles, Tulane or Vanderbilt?
Probably Tulane.
Yeah, that's the answer. Is Tulane even in the SEC anymore?
I don't believe they are. I don't know where they are. Are they in Sun Belt or something now?
They're in the American now, but
American?
yes. I mean, that's the reality of it. That there's a team no longer in there that has won more. You've never won one. Indiana has at least won one.
Yes. It's interesting to me, Bobby. They were sitting here like, if you and I had sat here 5 years ago, there's no way in hell I would have thought it possible that Vanderbilt and Indiana would be in a both those schools would be in a better shape than Penn State.
Yeah, that's the reality of it.
And I know. Look, I understand the SEC for the most part gets overrated, over-talked about, and all these things.
Vanderbilt's a good team, though.
But Vanderbilt's a good team. I'm saying the SEC.
I'm not saying they're a great team, but they're a good team. They can beat. I don't think there are any great teams in the SEC, so I think they can beat some of these squads.
I was going to say, Bobby, I think that there are in the Big Ten. I think you can get, in addition to your normal buys, you also get buys. Like you play Purdue, that's a buy, I think.
Yeah.
I was going to, before last week, I would have said you play Northwestern, it's a buy, or UCLA or somebody like that, it's a buy. Not so much. But I'm saying, I think you get, though, in the SEC, I think you get fewer buys.
Oh, no. The SEC still, as much ground has been made up by other conferences, in particular the Big Ten now that the Pac-12 is dead. The SEC is still top to bottom, I think, pretty
because the
clearly
bottom
the best
actually
conference.
cares.
Yes.
That's the thing. Auburn believes they can win a national championship. Now,
Auburn's 0-3 in the conference, and if it wasn't for the officials, they'd probably have 1 win, if not 2.
Right, yeah.
Kirby's timeout clapping, and then the screw job that they did on the goal line. Like, that's, believe me, that's the problem is, like, Rutgers to a certain extent, Maryland, even though they're playing well. I mean, Illinois is now getting there. Purdue, Indiana's made some strides. Northwestern, but there were teams that like just didn't try at the bottom, and that's never the case. Vanderbilt used to be the one, and now they're not the one anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing what that win against Alabama did for that program, you know?
Yeah. And even a couple weeks ago, they went to Tuscaloosa, and it was tied at halftime, I think it was, and Bama pulled away, but nevertheless. Next up here, guys, going to go on the fly a little bit here on this one because Tito stole my John
your Calipari. No, I probably should have told you I was stealing it.
That's all right, no big deal. Mel Kiper, Todd. He put out his first ever big board for the 2026 NFL Draft. Got the top 25 players here. We'll sort through a handful of names. At number 1, he's got Oregon quarterback Dante Moore. At number 2, Tito, we've traveled so far, we can't stop now. Got to change this lonely life. We want to know what love is. Jeremiah Love, number 2, the running back out of Notre Dame. Number 3 is Fernando Mendoza, the quarterback out of Indiana. Number 4 is Arvell Reese, the Buckeyes linebacker there. Number 7 got Caleb Downs. He has Carnell Tate at number 12. Number 3 receiver, though, so might be a good year for receiver drafts if you need one. What else we got here? I think that's it for the Buckeyes in the top 25. He also put out his top 10 for all the positions. And let's see what we got here. We got Max Clare at number 2 among tight ends. He's got fullbacks and H-backs on there. That's fantastic. Any other Buckeyes on this list? Caden Curry's number 7, defensive end. Defensive tackle. Caden McDonald is number 6.
Sonny Styles 5 is an off-ball linebacker.
Yep. And it looks like that's it, unless I'm missing a name, and I don't think I am. So what jumps out to you guys there, Carp?
Well, I think Arvell Reese being number 1, I think that was probably the biggest surprise.
Number 4.
Or number 4, I mean. Number 1 ranked Buckeye.
Number 1 in our hearts.
Of that. Caleb Downs was, what, 7, you said?
That is correct, yep.
Him being 7, I think that's appropriate because he's not – safeties don't have the crazy positional value, and he's really good. But
that's 7 for his position is –
and the fact that he's like a 5'11" safety. I mean, he's not tall. He's not like he's this physically imposing guy.
Yeah.
He's just great in coverage. He's a smart ball player, and he never misses tackles. Like, he is a huge attribute. And that's it. And then I think the emergence of Carnell Tate, of where he is on there, I think finally people...
Disappointing season, but...
Don't you dare. Don't you. I motivated him. I lit a fire under Carnell. I'm not going to apologize for lighting a fire, guys.
I'm not going to apologize for lighting a fire.
If you guys want me to apologize for that, too bad. You're not going to get it.
Fire.
I'm just saying.
Hey, maybe when Miami plays Notre Dame in the CFP, you need to get Tito in there to light the fire for him.
I'll do that. I'll tell you, Jeremiah Love, overrated so far. Bob, tell me if I'm wrong on this, which is always a scary thing to start off a sentence with you.
I feel like when you say that, it means that you think that you might already be wrong. And if there's an inkling that you think, trust your instincts, Thitoff.
Has Arvell Reese made the biggest jump from last year to this year as far as the way he's perceived nationally, the way he's played? Like, because I don't remember talking about him a lot last year.
Because he was a rotational guy.
That's what I mean.
And he played, but he came in for Cody.
Right.
When Cody got hurt, Sonny was banged up. Like, he would come in and play, but he got a lot better in the offseason physically, like his physical athleticism, his strength development, but also his skills. He's a smart dude. He learned a lot more. And then they realized they can feature him and do more things with him. And bringing in Matt Patricia allowed that to really blossom. He would not be the 4th-ranked linebacker or 4th-ranked player overall if Jim Knowles was still the D coordinator here.
Really?
Just by a function of how he plays defense and what they did. They allow Matt Patricia has moved him around and utilized him in ways that they would never have done before because that's not how Jim Knowles plays.
We can safely say Jim Knowles made a bad decision, right?
Financially. He's doing all right.
Depends. He always wanted to coach at Penn State, so he got that chance.
There's no way they make him the head coach at some point, is there?
There's a reason why he's not the interim coach.
I got you. Yeah, I know. I'm saying there's no I'm sure he'll give him the courtesy interview, but I can't see any way. And just you look at what he went from with this program.
Don't worry. Ryan Day wants to follow in his footsteps.
Yeah, Ryan Day's not happy, according to Heather Dinich, by the way.
Matt Rule, head coach, Day, offensive coordinator.
That's something, too, I saw, by the way.
Yeah.
I did see this also. Would it be funny if we talked yesterday about the whole, but if Signetti does end up going and they put James Franklin in Indiana, how funny that would be. If
just a swap?
Yeah, just a swap. If Franklin does that, yeah. Franklin takes an Indiana job because Signetti goes to Penn State. How funny that would be.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Last one here, guys. Dallas Mavericks and Jason Kidd have agreed to a multi-year contract extension, according to multiple NBA media outlets. The deal comes on the heels of the New York Knicks having strong interest in Kidd this past offseason after they moved on from Tom Thibodeau. 4 seasons there for Kidd in Dallas. The Mavericks are 179 and 149 overall. They made it to the Western Conference Finals in 2022. Then they made it to the NBA Finals just a couple years ago in 2024, when they got smoked by the Boston Celtics. Tito.
Yes, sir.
We had a conversation at some point in the last, a few weeks, give or take, where we were talking about former great players making great coaches. I wouldn't say Kidd's on the level of a great coach, at least to this point, but he's had success he was a great player, and he's had solid success as a head coach so far.
Yeah, the smartest thing he did was spilling that Coke. Remember that when he did it on purpose?
Yeah,
when he acted like so he could get a timeout when he didn't have any timeouts.
Hey.
That was fantastic by him.
Like Kirby Smart, I was just clapping.
You're right. He is one of the people who would fall into that category of a great player who's had success as a head coach. Not early on. I think it took him time to get it going, but
yeah, Brooklyn and Milwaukee were just okay. But with Dallas, that's a trip to the conference finals and a trip to the NBA finals, and that was as a 5 seed, I think, with Dallas a couple years ago.
I would say it's akin to what Larry Bird did with the Pacers.
What, Bird made one appearance in the finals, right?
Yeah.
2000,
lost
2001,
lost
give
the
or
Lakers
take.
then, lost the Lakers then. Yeah, I didn't know if Kidd was that good of a coach if he'd have that kind of success, but he certainly has seemed to. He's one of those guys who appears to me like from the time he first started coaching to now has made quite the jump there. I think it's a smart move to sign him to the extension, and he appears to not be wearing out his welcome like he may have done at other places before, Bob.
Absolutely, he's a smart guy. I think he's learned, and that's the hallmark of any great coach or any great person. Like, you learn from your past mistakes, and you're able to then, proceed forward more intelligently the next time.
On Thursdays, we have Your Highness. On Wednesdays, we have the King, Ryan Day. Buckeye Roundtable notes from that. We will hear from him next. Morning Juice.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. My good friends over at Sleep Better Columbus want you to know that if you're 65 or older, enjoying those golden years, but maybe you're dealing with restless nights, you need to listen up. Are you tossing and turning, struggling with sleep apnea, and that leaves you wiped out during the day? Well, it's time to reclaim your rest with Dr. Mark Levy at Sleep Better Columbus. As a leading provider in non-surgical sleep apnea treatments, Dr. Levy helps you breathe easier and sleep deeper with custom oral appliances, a comfortable alternative to CPAP. The best part is that Sleep Better Columbus is in network with most medical insurance plans and is a proud Medicare provider, so your coverage can work seamlessly with Sleep Better Columbus. And as we head toward the end of the year, don't let those benefits go unused. You don't want to wait to use your deductible. Act now to make the most of it with Sleep Better Columbus. Call Sleep Better Columbus today at 800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com. Once again, that number, 800-MORE-SLEEP or sleepbettercolumbus.com for your consultation. Sleep better, live better. You've earned it.
Football season's heating up, and so are the deals at Germain Toyota. Right now, drive home a rugged 2025 Toyota Tacoma with 2.99% APR for up to 48 months. Or go big with the all-new 2026 Toyota Tundra, also 2.99 APR for up to 72 months. Built tough, built smart, built for whatever your game day brings. Find your next Toyota at Germain Toyota at the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road, or start your next adventure online at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota of Columbus. See dealer for details.
Regenerative treatments for joint pain are creating lots of excitement in the orthopedic community. QC Kinetics Medical Director Dr. Ray Tessner recalls a recent conversation with one of the country's most acclaimed orthopedic doctors.
He said, when you and I are young, the arthroscope was a quantum leap in treating orthopedic problems. I think regenerative medicine is the new arthroscope.
Surgery is no longer the go-to solution for chronic joint pain in your knees, hips, shoulder, or back. QC Kinetics is leading the next quantum leap. All-natural regenerative treatments that provide relief and mobility.
I think one of the tenets of being a good physician is the old saying of do no harm. That's what I enjoy about this form of treatment is there's very little chance that we're going to cause harm, and that's refreshing to me to be able to eliminate the dangers that can come sometimes with surgeries.
Book your free consultation today in Dublin or Gahanna. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. Or go to QCkinetics.com/Columbus.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turn skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville or online at greenandsons.com for all your Kubota needs.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS-FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination. Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Bob, we got to start doing that, like asking questions that are outlandish of yourself, and then say, I don't know the answer to that one. You know, does Ryan Day happen at Ohio State? I don't know. Yeah. Maybe he's not.
Maybe he's not.
Maybe he wants Penn State. You know, is Marcus Freeman?
Does Ryan Day still want to be a head coach?
I don't know. Does Marcus Freeman really enjoy Notre Dame? Who knows?
Is Sydney Sweeney happy with her new boyfriend? I mean,
there we
I don't know, but I might as well make a run at her.
Yes.
What's the worst she can say? No.
Bob, I got some pretty good show research for you here.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
I know. If we had the imaging for Fitbit, this could be a Fitbit. The Badgers have lost 4 straight games. In those 4 games,
is that Wisconsin Badgers?
Yes.
Yeah, this is going to be a bad stat.
In their last 4 games that they've lost, they've scored a total of 34 points. Okay.
Yep.
In Ohio State's last 4 games, they've allowed exactly 34 points.
Yeah, so I saw that.
You saw it? I did the math on my, like somebody else put that out there already?
No, yeah, it's been out there. I hate to take that. It's already Wednesday, dude. The game's Saturday.
Yeah, but I
saw that I think on Monday afternoon.
In the last 4 games, Wisconsin's been outscored 126-34. Ohio State's outscored their last 4 137-34. Did they go next level?
I didn't see the score.
There we go.
But I saw the defense and offense. This looks like about what we'll be seeing out there.
Point Tito, I would say, on that one. Ryan Day was talking about on the Buckeye Roundtable yesterday, protecting the football, how important that is. Here is the King.
Well, I hope so, because it's a huge part of what we do. And the ball's on the ground, the whole program is at risk. And we all take this extremely, extremely serious. And we have nothing if we don't take care of the football. And everyone who touches the ball, their number one job is to take care of the ball, because we say the hopes and dreams of Buckeye Nation, are in your hands when you carry the football. And it's something that is very, very serious. And we know what the numbers are when it comes to turnovers and winning the turnover battle. It's something that we really focus a lot on, especially on Tuesdays, but it's every day of our life. And we know how important that is, and the guys in the program understand it as well. But, it's something you got to do every day. And the minute you stop focusing on it, it'll cost you a game. And that's something that can't happen.
Isaiah and I got a pretty good kick out of
every day of our lives. I love it.
Buckeye Nation, hopes and dreams. You carry that football.
You know what? And when the ball's on the ground, the whole program's at risk. That seems a little extreme, Bob. Look, I remember when I was
okay. Don't put it at risk.
Fate of the nation.
In the 6th grade, we had a project where you had to carry around an egg like your child. You had to take care of your egg. Yeah. Did you have to do that also? Something like that?
I'm aware of the concept of understanding the gravity of human life and what that means. And
what class was this?
It might have been home ec. I don't know. But anyway, I don't know.
Have you guys seen Superbad?
Yes.
Okay.
No offense. No offense.
This is class a joke.
All I'm saying is, Bob, I understand what Ryan Day's saying. I think those saying that it puts the whole program at risk.
It's not your ball.
It's a little bit strong.
The program's ball.
I understand that, Bob, but I'm saying
the nation's ball.
It's not a bomb.
You want that ball. You need that ball.
I totally get it. I'm just saying I think that was a bit extreme of an example to say the whole program's at risk.
He's just trying to understand. The program is at risk because you know what? If you don't win, program turns into Penn State. All right?
Which is where he's going. This is what Ryan Day had to say about what leads to success on the road.
Eating really good. We're gonna give Kayla Olson all the credit. She does a great job. Our operations people do a great job. It takes everybody. It takes everybody with the travel. The bus drivers, the buses. The flights. Once we get there, making sure everything's organized so that there's no distractions. And that's important. And during that stretch that you're talking about, we've been on the West Coast, we've been in the South, we've been all over, and we try to make the players feel as comfortable as possible, like it's home. And the more things that we can keep routine, the better. But I also feel as if, when we get together on the road, it's an opportunity to bond and grow. The distractions are less when we're on the road. And it forces us, I think, to focus and concentrate more because we are on the road and we are in kind of enemy territory where, the crowds play a role. So I think all those things play into it.
I always wondered, Bob, about how important it is to that thing where, like he saw, make it feel like you're home on the road and how difficult it is and how much of a difference it makes so if you can pull it off.
Well, you want to make sure that you're comfortable, and you have your normal operations. People, especially in football, it's like in all sports, really, and I was talking about this earlier, you're just a creature of pattern and routine and habit. And so you don't want those disruptions because that throws off your psyche of just the things that you're used to expecting. And I just want to make sure that the game will have enough unexpected challenges. I don't need those in my preparation for it. I don't need those when I'm traveling to the game or when I'm getting food that isn't the way that it's supposed to be or whatever it is. All of those different things. You want to have all your creature comforts right there in front of you. You want to have the things that you need to make sure that everything puts you in a good psychological headspace, being able to go forward. The game will have enough issue. So let's make sure as we prepare for the game, we're in a good spot. And then because when you get there, you know that there's going to be a hostile crowd that is turning against you generally. And then it's a different scenario for you at that point, in that moment. But up to that point, you want to be able to feel good about everything that has happened.
I would love to see, and maybe they've done a documentary on this. I don't know. If they have, I haven't seen clips of it, so I'm not sure. But I would love to see, though, what happens from Tuesday until Saturday with getting things ready. What kind of conversations to have about the food they're going to take or have there. What kind of conversation to have about what they're going to travel with, the accommodations. I would like to see what all happens with it. The people, everything they have to load up to take with them on a trip like this. All the stuff that plays into it.
Well, a lot of it is you go ahead. They have an advanced travel team that heads out a day or two before.
Okay.
That meets with the hotel. Let's look at the food. Then they talk to them about this before. Let's get everything certified. What's the room situation? All this, and to make sure they have 24 hours or 40, however long they're out there before, 36 hours to make sure that everything is prepared. So when you get there, the rest of the team, it's all ready to go. And so that's a big deal with it. They only bring pads. They'll bring some snacks and different things like that, but they're not bringing all their food. You're relying, maybe if you go to Europe, you'd have to do that. But when you're going here, you're relying on the places that you're going to be able to handle and service all that. But in doing so, you're going to make certain that they're ready. And this is something that's changed over the last 20 years. They didn't do this when I was playing. They didn't have near this attention to detail. That's why we'd get trash food sometimes, and the situations wouldn't be great at the hotel. We wouldn't have enough space for walkthroughs and all these other things. So that's not ever the case anymore. The resources that are devoted to it are far more significant, and because of that, it's run at a much better clip.
I remember seeing a thing about Woody Hayes, and they show him on the night before the game, going door to door doing bed check on everybody, knocking on the door, and popping in and saying, "You guys take care of each other, make sure you keep an eye on each other," that kind of stuff, hold each other accountable. Does Ryan Day knock on doors?
I don't think Ryan does. He might. I don't think that unless if he wants to, but I don't think that that's required of his post at this.
Right. Did Tress knock on doors?
That's a good question. I don't ever remember it happening, so I'm inclined to say no, because I feel like that's something that you would remember. But we would have our coordinators.
Yeah.
I don't think they even have the coordinators anymore. The staff is just so much bigger that there's other people they can have do this. So I don't know if that falls on the actual staff as far as coaches to have to do that.
And you guys were 2 to a room?
Yeah. I think they still are 2 to a room, I believe.
Did you get to choose who you bunked with? Who you stayed with?
No. No one chooses. No.
Okay. Ryan Day talking about how Ohio State gets everyone's best shot.
Well, every week, we expect to get everybody's best shot, and we know we're going to get that here with Wisconsin. And I think that's the challenge that we're all chasing, is the consistency to be able to do it week in and week out. And, if we're focused during the week, then it's going to translate to Saturday. And that's not flashy. It's not, exciting or any news breaking, coaching there. Being consistent is being focused and being able to stay concentrated over an extended period of time. And that
way teams prepared for you or met you before the previous season.
Well, you're Ohio State.
Right.
So let's just get that out of the way.
Okay.
Like, you're everybody's biggest game. When you're the defending champion and you're probably where Ohio State is, which is the number one program in college football right now, not team, like program, you're going to be getting everyone's best shot. And it's even going to be amplified. Of it. I mean, you're the Ohio State Buckeyes. And, that's important to always know and understand that inherently, that you are going to be in a premier time slot to be watched. People are going to be waiting for your demise. They will be cheering and celebrating your demise. And so you have got to make sure that you understand that that's the situation you're walking into. This isn't like you're Purdue walking in to play Illinois. You're Ohio State.
It's not some throwaway game up in Rochester.
This isn't some throwaway game up in Rochester.
Yeah, I wondered about that. I didn't know if you could tell a difference yourself. I know Ohio State, yes. Ohio State, everyone wants to knock off Ohio State. But after you guys won the title in, 03, but the 02 season, I don't know if in 03, if you felt a shift in the way teams came out against you guys, or if it was
not really, because the end of the year, you're number one in the country for or number one or two the last handful of games. Like, you're getting everybody's best shot at that point anyway.
We spoke earlier about Arvell Reese, and here is Ryan Day talking about Arvell.
Yeah, well, he's like a big skill player, which means, he can play like a receiver, but he's a bigger body, great ball skills. You can see some of the catches he made, especially on the seam route, but he also can block in the core. And so that creates some matchup issues. Like Jim was saying, if they put, 5 DBs in the game, when he's in there as the second tight end, now there's an advantage running the football. If they put bigger people in the game, now there's an advantage throwing the football. So all those things allow us to attack the defense based on what they're giving us when you have guys like Max who can do multiple things. Playing his best football, playing fast. You can see his power when he comes off the edge. You can see his speed and quickness like you're talking about. And I think he's diagnosing things really well and playing fast. One thing to be fast, another thing to play fast and play violent and running through contact. You're seeing all those right now with Arvell. And he's a great teammate. And, the guys, really respect who he is because of what he does on a daily basis, not just on the field but off the field.
That's a poor job out of me. That should have been split into 2 cuts. That should have been Max Clear in the first half, Arvell Reese in the second half, though.
That's okay.
Two-banger.
But I think, though, it also, and I was going to ask you about that, Bob, Arvell Reese, as far as his role, and they brought up the tight end thing, that's something that, when you play Arvell Reese's position, there are so many different things you have to do based on the formation.
What position is that?
Well, like as a linebacker out there, he's doing that.
Okay. And he's doing that.
No, I'm saying when he's out there. What I'm saying though, Bob, what I like about Arvell Reese is it seems like he is, positionless is the wrong way to put it, but he.
No, that's okay. So that's more of what you were looking at. You're playing his position in this defense.
Yes.
Because in this defense, he's asked to do a lot of stuff.
Right.
Not all linebackers are asked to do a lot of things. Like, it just depends on the defense of what you can play, and if you have a coordinator that's smart enough to utilize your unique skills.
Mm-hmm.
And so Arvell Reese can do a lot of things, and thankfully you have Matt Patricia here and James Laurinaitis, who's kind of developed him in that role so that he can do a lot of different things. And he played some defensive tackle or defensive end for a while, which also helped develop his skills and develop his rush and ability to walk up on the edge of the line. And working on his coverage skills, working on his run diagnosis of being an off-the-ball guy. So, like, all of those things putting together in concert, like, you see that, and that's what allows you to be really good.
Here is Ryan Baker talking about playing a bend but don't break defense.
Well, that's been part of some teams' plans, and we're never too sure what to expect. But what we have to be able to do is adapt to what we're seeing. And Jim, you're exactly right. When people do decide that they're going to play smaller groupings and put a shell on it, we have to be able to get physical, get downhill, and run the football, or else they're going to stay in it. So we have to force them out of those situations or be disciplined enough and not let egos get in the way. But at the same time, there's also ways to push the ball down the field and get the ball to our playmakers' hands. So all things that we discuss and work on and continue to try to build.
Did I say Ryan Baker?
I was going to say that was Ryan Day on that. That's all right, though.
It sounded like
we
Ryan
love
Baker. Yeah.
He's always on our mind.
Yes, he is. So, yeah, the interesting thing about that, and I remember hearing Jeremiah talk about that, like, if they're gonna key on me or whatever, if they're gonna do that, there's other guys that are gonna beat us out there. I have no problem with that, and you can tell it's a very unselfish attitude with this offense. And I love the way that Hartline's, and I'm sure with Day's assistance, but the way Hartline's been able to figure out on the fly how to adjust to this, what teams are doing against them defensively, and still exploit it.
Yeah, and when Ryan said, like, if they're doing that stuff, either A, you have to find a way to be able to run them out of it, or B, and like that was the Max Clare thing. If people are going to go really small with DBs on you, okay, well, we're just going to line up and run the ball. And, we can do that. You're going to let defensive backs come out there and hang out in a 2 tight end set. When they have 5 or 6 DBs on the field, we're going to run it at you.
Yeah.
And it may not always be as sexy as everybody likes. That's what, some of the calls that I'm listening to people talk about and lamenting, all we do is run it up the middle and we do this. I'm like, well, we're winning the game. We're getting yards. I know you want to see these big touchdowns over the top, but if they're not there, you want to see people throw them and have incompletes or interceptions. Like, you can do things to take stuff away. Why put the game at risk? Why turn the ball over or risk turning the ball over? And so either that or you have to be patient enough, like he said, to be able to just take what they're giving you and move forward that way.
And they've done a great job of that. And yeah, you're right, Bob. Some people would say it's not aggressive enough offensively, but look, you're undefeated. You're the #1 team in the country.
What does aggressive enough offensively mean? Like, there's ways to play aggressive, and then there's playing foolish.
Sure.
So people, I think, want more foolish sometimes than they want aggressive. They want it to be aggressive when it's not wise or prudent to be so.
They want video games sometimes, Bob.
Yeah, well, this isn't video games. It's real life.
I know. Coming up next, speaking of real life, the real Austin Ward joins us. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other, leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
I'm Shanola Hampton. Every day, millions of people face hunger. Today, I will share with you some of their experiences. I'm stuck between paying for medications or paying for food. John from Maine. After paying my bills, I can buy groceries. It's sad to say, food comes last. Alice from Oregon. I thought pantries were for less fortunate people, but anybody could be less fortunate in a day or even a second. Claire from Virginia. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. No one should have to worry where their next meal will come from. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities, and most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. the very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
You see him right there on the screen. He's Austin Ward, one half of the Beat with Austin and Berm, available on 10TV Plus app. Download the 10TV Plus app today on Apple TV, Amazon Fire, or Roku. Stay locked in with the latest Buckeye talk wherever you go. You can search Austin and Berm in your podcasts, wherever you get those. You'll see that as well. Austin, good morning, my friend. And we've got this game with Wisconsin coming up this weekend. Can you envision any way that Wisconsin makes this a competitive, close game?
It's hard to imagine, Tito, especially based on what they did just last week. And I know that college football is a week-to-week and game-to-game scenario, and lots of surprising things can happen across the country. But this is just frankly not a very talented Wisconsin team, which I think is the stunning part to me, is that there were lots of years and lots of games in this Ohio State-Wisconsin series that the blue-collar mentality for the Badgers would lead the way, and it would be a culture clash with more blue-chip recruits and more talent at Ohio State. And I mean, that's really focusing on the last 14 years that I've been covering Ohio State. It was like there's two different ways to build contenders, and some of that was development and hard-nosed football and physicality. Not to say that Ohio State didn't have that, but they went about it a very different way in Columbus than they did in Madison, which is all of that to say that I thought that one thing Luke Fickell might be able to do as he left Cincinnati and went to Wisconsin is elevate the recruiting profile. He's always had a great way of connecting with his players. I think Bobby can probably vouch for that. Pretty much every body who played defense or linebacker or went through that Cincinnati program, I think would probably lend some validity to that statement about what a good man, what a good coach Luke Fickell is. I thought, well, that's it. If Wisconsin can marry some of that traditional blue-collarness of their program with elevated talent, then they're going to be a real problem. But that has not happened. And now the talent disparity between these programs is as wide as it's maybe ever been, certainly in this more modern era, or narrowed it down to this 15 years that I've been covering Ohio State. So all that to say, Tito, this is a game where Ohio State should win comfortably. They're favored by 4 touchdowns. It's hard to really imagine a scenario outside of just Wisconsin's defense playing the absolute game of their life, which is possible. They've had a couple really strong performances already this year, but I think we saw if you're going to give up 37 points to Iowa at Camp Randall, you're probably not all that equipped to slow down Ohio State.
Has there been a program in the Big Ten more negatively impacted by the transfer portal and NIL than Wisconsin?
Boy. It's hard to think that Bob. They have not really adjusted to the times that well, and when they started even losing players, offensive linemen within the state of Wisconsin, and them, fleeing the state, that I think was the biggest warning sign. Someone like Carson Hinsman does not. Carson Hinsman has made this clear on a number of occasions. His decision did not come down purely to NIL conversations, but if you don't have really,
he had that sweet ride for such a long time.
He's got a. Have you seen the new one?
I have not seen the new one. I knew he had that sweet. I mean, sweet is a loose term.
He lost. Yeah, well, I believe her name was Lucy, and I think that one broke down. I think so. Carson Hinsman, who pays $1,200 for one vehicle and then replaces it with an $800 vehicle, I don't think was going to be swayed one way by all these lucrative NIL deals. But there's limited talent in the state of Wisconsin, for one. So if you're not going to be all that aggressive at other positions in NIL, which is not to say that they're not trying at all, but and again, this also comes into this debate I think that's been ongoing and will happen probably after Saturday's performance. If Ohio State does what it should about Luke Fickell and him being fired, this is not an athletic department that is all that flush with cash. And if it's going to cost 25 or 29 million, whatever the exact figure is to fire him, I'm not sure that they're in a big hurry to do that either. So it's been a challenge for Wisconsin. And I think, Bob, one of the things that we would have projected is, well, Wisconsin never relied on high-end 4- and 5-star recruiting and stars at every position to build their program up. And I think that's even the baseline talent across the board for them is what has dropped off, which is obviously creating these issues.
Austin Ward joins us here on Morning Juice. Do you think that were you surprised, I should say at first, were you surprised that James Franklin was let go with this much time left in the season, or did you see that coming as soon as the Northwestern game turned final?
Well, Penn State should have let him go 3 years ago, so they're behind schedule on that front. Now, I think financially it didn't make a ton of sense to actually do it when they did on Sunday. James Franklin had been looking for other jobs and an escape from Happy Valley for years. And now it was clear that he needed that no matter what the job was, and Penn State needed him to move on. And it felt like this was, if nothing else, a chance for, some sort of negotiated settlement with the buyout terms. Or if you're Penn State, you could just, at this point, the season is over. Like, they're not going to salvage it. They're not going to go to the playoffs. They're not going to win the Big Ten. Like, that is done and dusted. They could have sat there and said, James, until you're going to take less here, like, you're going to keep showing up for work, and we're going to get to the end of the season, and then you're going away. You're taking a job somewhere else. Now, I can understand how those can get tricky because James Franklin will say, well, I will show up to work, and I'll keep showing up to work, and you're going to pay me $49 million. I know it's not fun, but Penn State is well aware that James Franklin had not been intent on finishing his career there, and Penn State was certainly in a position now where it knew he could not. Is this going to salvage their competitiveness for the rest of the season? Is this going to bring the fan base back for any of these home games left in November? Maybe. I mean, maybe it gives them a little bit of a push. It certainly allows them to get started contacting coaches, but most of these people that they're talking to are Matt Rule's got a team that could potentially be fighting for a college football playoff spot right now. I don't think that he's going to welcome a distraction or a ton of phone calls from his alma mater in the middle of October. So I know you have to make a lot of these moves. We've seen more of them happen in September and October than ever before as this signing day cycle, transfer portal cycle, as all of this has ramped up and added more urgency to make these moves prematurely. I think that part personally stinks. I don't have a lot of great things to say about James Franklin as a person or as a coach, but as a program, it's hard to really. And as a person, I know, Bob,
don't sugarcoat it. Tell us how you really feel about this one, Austin.
I feel like most people on these airwaves have heard me talk about him before, so I don't want to pretend otherwise. But it's hard to be honest with you. Like, it doesn't truly make that much sense to me to make these moves as early in the year as they are, and that's a conversation for another day. But it did become pretty untenable because even when James Franklin was winning the games he was supposed to over the previous couple of years, he was still leaving the stadium, Beaver Stadium, and getting booed by the students and getting in arguments at spring games with the fans. So clearly this was long overdue. Frankly, it should not have included the extension that he got in 2021.
So the job's open, and Thitoff brought to my attention that Heather Dinich asked the question, is Ryan Day happy in Columbus, Ohio?
Let's not do this.
Is Ryan Day happy in Columbus, Ohio? And I asked, what do you mean? And we finally got to the crux where I wanted to hear the exact quote. Because she said, did she report that Ryan Day isn't happy, or were we just asking the hypothetical question, Austin, of Ryan Day's level of happiness in the 614? I mean, does he seem? I don't know if Ryan is ever happy during the season, but I think his general happiness as a father, husband, man is fairly content here being in Columbus, Ohio. Am I wrong in my assessment?
I don't believe you are wrong, Bob. In fact, I feel like he is enjoying this job right now, even if sometimes it's like after Minnesota, you're like, are you happy right now? Like, you just won 42-3 and you are as intense as you've ever been. And I think that's because he is enjoying what's in front of this team, that they can go back to back and win a national championship, and that a lot of the things that he inherited, including Mark Pantoni and Mickey Marotti, as he took over from Urban Meyer, are critical. But Ryan Day has had to build this program into something very different, because at the end of the Urban Meyer tenure, NIL didn't exist, free transfers didn't exist. There are 50 other rules or non-rules that are new to college football since he took over. And I reminded him about that like a couple months ago, going out to Las Vegas, where he was like, in 5 years, no one is going to recognize college football. And unfortunately, he was a prophet on that, because it is as difficult and different as it's ever been. But so all of that is to say that while Jim Tressel elevated one platform and foundation, or Coop to Tress, and then Tress to Urban, and now Urban today, and everyone has stood on the shoulders of the guys that came before them, Ryan Day has really now got to the point where he has built Ohio State into the image that he wants, his image. It's always Ohio State, it's always the Block O, but this is Ryan Day's version of that. And I don't understand any world where you would suggest he would want to leave that to go start over at a place with less resources, and that he has been beating year after year after year at Ohio State while competing for the college football playoff and national championships. And like, there's no roster right now in college football that's better than the one that he's got. Yeah, you could go somewhere else and flip it, but Ohio State, to the level that he has built it, is as rock solid as it's ever been, and somebody else would step in and still be a monster for him to contend with. But to your actual question, is Ryan Day and is his family happy here? I can't imagine that they would be happier.
The happiest
Valley.
place on earth, Happy Valley.
That I mean, maybe use the off week to go to Disney World and the happiest place on the earth, but don't go to Happy Valley where you've been torturing them for years. And you know, a person's true satisfaction with their job, none of us are ever going to really know that. But I found it wildly irresponsible to present it in the light that ESPN did this week, because it doesn't make any sense, and it's not a job that Ryan Day would entertain for even half of a second.
Does Austin Ward have a Michigan tattoo on small of his back, Bobby? I'm just asking. I don't know if he does or not, but does he? Maybe. Let's talk about that. Austin, the running,
he's got a power tee, I heard, on his shoulder.
running game for Ohio State. Can you grade that for me so far this season? What kind of grade would you give the Ohio State running game? And is the grade based more on the backs and ability to find the holes, or the offensive line? And I'm just curious to get your assessment on that.
I don't know if I could give it an actual letter grade, because then we'd have to break it down into a bunch of different segments. I would just say Tito needs improvement, and I also feel like it will improve, because part of what seems to be the issue with the lack of explosiveness, because I think I believe Ryan Day when he says that he's happy with the overall success of the run game, that, you know, averaging about 5 yards per carry in one personnel grouping and 4.5 in another, getting 4 yards in the red zone was what he referenced yesterday on 3rd and 3. Like, those are efficient plays, and the number of yardage might not reflect that. I'm not saying any of that to believe that I feel Ohio State is at the fully formed version of its ground game that it needs to win the college football playoff. I also don't feel like they are showing a version right now that they would be using. They're even just dialing up the tempo once in a while, which they absolutely would do in a high-stakes, talent-equated game, I think is going to elevate the rushing attack. They're not executing 100% in the ground game right now, but that is not a recurring theme in just one area. Sometimes it's been at right guard where they've rotated, and we've seen Josh Padilla in both of the last two games. Sometimes it has been perimeter blocking, which was highlighted by Max Clare and Austin Sareveld missing an opportunity where that would have been an explosive play for Jeremiah Smith on the end around. All those stats would have gone for the ground game, not for the passing attack. They handed it to Jeremiah Smith. So I think there are other wrinkles, other schemes that they're going to get to. I excluded the running backs from that conversation, but clearly we've seen James Peoples at times dancing around in the holes and lack of decisiveness. I know people have been critical at times of C.J. Donaldson and his relative lack of explosiveness, but at the same time, all these guys have had moments. James Peoples, Bo Jackson, of course, C.J. Donaldson, particularly in the red zone, even Tegra Shabola. Everyone has had moments where that's what it's going to look like when the work is all complete. And I know that it feels like, why isn't it done now? The season is halfway over. They've played 6 games. Ohio State, we've talked about this every Wednesday. This is a methodical build-up, and they have not been challenged by a true talent-equated opponent since Texas. So they are taking advantage of that with limited possessions, limited dips into the playbook. It's going to look different by the end of the year. I firmly believe that, and if I'm wrong, then we're going to have a really different conversation about this program in a month's time.
Ooh, the conversation could be a lot of fun.
I'd rather not have it.
Well, I mean, it's always entertaining, Austin. That and, how long it took to get your Power T tattoo. And why you choose
I don't
to
have
hide
any ink on this body anywhere. Let's make that clear.
Why you choose to hide it all the time? That's the real question.
That's the question. We're not sure.
Wear it proudly. And as we talked about the running game and you were getting into that, we've seen a lot of Bo Jackson. CJ's kind of been the short yardage guy. Peoples has gotten some run here. Probably hasn't played to the expectation level of many fans and probably the staff as well. Isaiah West made a appearance. Do you think we begin to see more of him moving forward?
I think it probably depends, Bob, on the status of Bo Jackson's ankle more than anything else. There's a lot of ability there with Isaiah West, and maybe they will get to a spot where they want to toy with that a little bit more, give him an opportunity. But then we're now in a spot where if Bo Jackson is healthy, you're trying to fit a 4th running back into this. And I think there may be part of the, lack of explosiveness, lack of consistency, lack of fulfilling the true potential of the ground game where they're still trying to use all 3 of them. And when you're playing games by choice with 55 snaps in a game, all 3 of us have heard running backs or played with running backs or known running backs. We said you need carries to get into a rhythm. You need carries to get comfortable in a game. You need to be able to understand what a defense is doing. You want to fill those hits and gain confidence as the game goes along. That's not really been an opportunity when they've tried to get all 3 involved. And I think they were starting to trend away from that, starting around Washington when almost all of the carries, James Peoples still had a role. I think he had 3 catches in that game.
Yes.
But Bo was the primary lead back. C.J. Donaldson finished some of those drives with short yardage and red zone carries, and that was it. And I don't know that you want to complicate it by trying to fit a 4th in there. They just don't have enough touches to go around. I don't mean that as a knock on Isaiah West at all, because I think the kid's got a really bright future. But they're not playing games where there's 90 offensive touches to go around, and I don't know that at this point of the season they can afford to really tinker with the personnel at that level, because the other 3 guys still have things that they do well. I think you can enhance that and build the run game around them without having to add another mouth to feed.
The Beat with Austin and Berm, a daily podcast, 10 TV Plus apps where you can find that, or wherever you get your podcast, do a search on that.
Just beat it.
Now streaming on your schedule, The Beat with Austin and Berm. Austin, appreciate the time, buddy. We'll talk again next week, if not sooner, because I'm sure you'll be on the air somewhere and I'll end up bumping into you.
All right. Sounds good, guys. See ya.
That was Austin Moore joining us there. Coming next, we'll tell you what's got us juiced. Morning Juice.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. is. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
My name is DeMar Hamlin. I play for the Buffalo Bills, and I play safety. CPR saved my life. I've teamed up with the American Heart Association as a national ambassador to help create a nation of lifesavers, turning bystanders into lifesavers through CPR education and access to AEDs. Nearly 3 out of 4 cardiac arrests that don't happen in hospitals happen in homes. Join me to ensure everyone has the chance to live longer, healthier lives. Visit heart.org/nation.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit OutdoorStewards.org.
We got a higher home appraisal after we put away our African art and family photos.
Has this happened to you because of race or national origin? Contact HUD at hud.gov/fair housing. A message from HUD and the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Wrinkles, gray hair, and hearing loss are common signs of getting older. But being short of breath, having tightness in your chest, coughing, and wheezing are not. If you are experiencing these symptoms, you may be one of the millions of people who are living with a condition called COPD but don't know it. Early diagnosis and treatment can add years of better breathing to your life. For more information, talk to your doctor and visit copdfoundation.org today.
Bobby played for the Dallas Cowboys. Tito wears assless chaps.
I'm dead sexy.
You're locked into Morning Juice.
All right, Morning Juice, final segment of the program. Thank you to almost all the chatters. Right, Brody?
99.9% of you.
We appreciate it.
Listen, sometimes you just have to ground your kids. It's not, nobody's happy about that. The parent isn't happy. The children aren't happy, but hopefully they behave, learn from it. It's a strike, too.
But, Dad, we're on the same team.
I understand.
So it takes a lot for a Notre Dame fan to sanction another Notre Dame fan on a predominantly Ohio State show.
That really does, Bob. You're right. That you've reached a certain level.
One of us.
Yeah,
he's supposed to be. But
if Brody's going to sit here and
we'll give it another shot tomorrow.
We'll try again.
We only put the timeout on for 30 minutes. Just
have to
shut you down for the rest of the show. We'll come
like
back tomorrow.
It's targeting, right?
It's one show, one life. Like you get to come back.
You can call for targeting the first half. You missed that half, and then
maybe we'll not let him come back until 7 o'clock tomorrow.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what it was right there. So. But anyway, we appreciate all the love you guys give us here and staying with us through. Sometimes we have breaking news. Sometimes there's technical difficulties, Bodie.
That's right.
You know, sometimes something crashes, and you guys always stick around, and we appreciate that. Let's close things out the only way we know how. By the way, if we do that at this time tomorrow, AJ Hawk will be on the show. Don't forget that. Well, AJ Hawk.
2 days from now.
What are you talking about?
You're right. Not 2 days from now. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Tomorrow we'll do NFL picks. Sorry.
Yes.
That's right. Thursday.
With your Highness.
With your Highness.
And
that's what I was thinking of.
He's red hot, folks.
Your Highness is
you
on
want to
fire.
make some money.
Yes. That was a mega tease, Bob. What that was.
Boy.
Tomorrow it'll be tomorrow.
I'll say, Tito, bend over and I'll show you.
Yeah, we'll find out how Ryan Baker feels about that. Let's tell people what's got us juiced.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Billiards Plus. Find your next grill and everything you need for the master griller. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
All right. Sources tell me, Bobby, today is Wednesday. That would mean that you would be the first one to tell us what has you juiced.
Oh, goodness. A lot of things. Emily just asked in the chat. She's like, Bobby, why don't you use and mentioned like 8 different water bottles that are really nice, which Why don't you use a Stanley or a Brewmate for your water or a hydro jug? And I'm like, I think we have some of those. I used to use nice stuff, and then I would leave my water bottles. I don't even use my Yetis because I leave those around fairly often. So I'd use those in only unique situations. But this way, if I lose these, it's no harm, no foul.
There's no emotional attachment to that milk carton.
There's no monetary attachment either to the simply. So where do you? And I teach at Ohio State, and someone asked me about it one time. I'm like, listen, I'm trying to help your generation. I'm not going to be around when the world's a landfill, but reduce, reuse, and recycle. All right? So I'm giving these things a second life, give them a couple more weeks of purpose and existence. All right? So that's got me juiced in a positive way. Had kind of our last full football practice last night with the 5th and 6th graders. So that obviously hit a little bit as well, watching those guys get out there. And they were complaining, like, are we done with practice? I'm like, we got conditioning, guys. I'm like,
get a whistle.
I was like, get your last conditioning, of your 5th and 6th grade career. So I was like, just enjoy it. And they did with that. Also, one of my friends from high school who there's very few cell phone numbers that I can remember off the top of my head. I know my mom's because I had to remember that prior to having a cell phone. I know all my friends' numbers growing up because you used to have to call them on landlines. One of my friends, the first guy to get a cell phone, though, he had a Nextel two-way.
Oh.
And I remember writing it on a note card on my desk. And I still know the number today, and he hadn't texted me in a long time. I got this text. I was like, I wonder if this is really from him. Same number. I mean, but I had his number stored. And he's like, just watch till the end. And it was a link, and it had the Ronnie Lott story of him telling somebody he wanted to get his finger cut out, bruise on the fingers a long way from the heart.
Yes.
So I'm not missing a game for a finger, just the tip.
I got 9 more.
Cut it off. And at the end, it's a picture of Ronnie Lott going to hit my dad. My dad actually hit him pretty good on it. And then I put it in the group chat with my sister-in-laws and brothers. And my one sister-in-law, like, your dad's way tougher than all you guys. He was a way harder hitter, of course. She loves to troll everybody. So that had me juiced in a positive way. And then this was tough yesterday, seeing this come down. And I didn't know it was going to get released yesterday. He had texted me about an hour before it came out. He goes, just want to give you guys a heads up before we release this publicly. But former teammate of mine, Nick Mangold, Kettering Altar alum, hailing from Centerville, had a release out there, had a post on Instagram. And so if anybody can potentially help, and we'll get to this in a minute. He said, in 2006, I was diagnosed with a genetic defect that has led to chronic kidney disease. After a rough summer of undergoing dialysis, we went to look for a kidney transplant. I always knew this day would come, but I thought I would have more time. Unfortunately, I didn't have any family that's able to donate at this time. This is why I'm reaching out to you, New York Jets, Ohio State communities. I'm in need of a kidney donor with type O blood. If you're willing to find out if you could be a match and donate a kidney to me, please go to this website. I don't even know what columbiasurgery.org/kidney-transplant. Full name, Nicholas Mangold. My birthday is January 13th, 1984. It's a week after AJ's, by the way, who's the noted insurrectionist of January 6th. I'm deeply grateful that anyone that would be considering donating. Most of all, I'm thankful for my family, who's been a rock with me every step of the way. This situation reminded me of how lucky I am to have such an amazing family, friends, and community behind me. This has been a tough stretch. I'm staying focused on staying positive and on the path ahead. I look forward to better days ahead and getting back to full strength soon. See you at MetLife Stadium in the shoe this fall. With gratitude, Nick Mangold. And he had sent me, a handful of guys who I played with, and I'm not type O blood. And I told him, I was like, listen, man, I know they do those double swaps where, like, if people can find someone that they can have donate and do that, I was like, I'll donate, I'll do that, whatever I need to do for you. And that was over at practice yesterday. Schlegs was there, Maurice, And he goes, man, Maurice looked at that. I was like, yeah, he texted me a little bit ago before this came out. And he's like, I'm looking at you. He's like, man, we're old now. I'm like, yeah, like that's the reality of life. And these are the things that come with it. And so for a guy who stood in my wedding, who I stood in his, who now needs a kidney, it's a tough situation to be a part of. And, we shared a lot of success together. We've had a lot of good times. He's one of my good friends, and it's tough to see him struggle with this. And hopefully he'll be able to get help with it, and hopefully there'll be someone out there that is a match that is willing to donate. And like I said, I'm willing to do whatever. Unfortunately, I'm A positive, which doesn't help him very much at all. But that's a little bit of negative juice that comes down on a random Tuesday when, trying to get my taxes and everything finished up here. We got extension for Monday that's going to be done. And this was something that I did not think would be on my bingo card of what I would be seeing come through at Tuesday to me. So prayers are with Nick. Hopefully everything goes well. And anybody that can help, I would be greatly appreciated. Bodie, what Schleich got to say?
I've trained my stomach and my body to absorb that much caffeine. Listen, I could drink a coffee. Oh, man, when I'm on those cruise ships, I'll take an Americano and a double shot of Bailey's every night at 7:30. That sounds amazing. 4 shots, though. I like 4 shots of espresso in that Americano. Como te llama?
I think we played that one yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know what? Let's hear from Schlegs again.
Last night, I was starving, so I drove to Bob Evans. And I was like, man, do I buy eggs or do I just make some? Because, I'm trying to get sexy. I've been on 2 cruises. So I stopped at Bob Evans there in Circleville. I ate a Western omelet, right? No carbs.
What time was this?
This was probably like at 8 o'clock.
Trying to get sexy, Schlegs. I think you
I
are.
love it. Just ordering an omelet at 8 o'clock by yourself at Bob Evans.
All right, guys, what has me juiced here? Nothing anywhere near as important as everything that Bobby just said. So a little bit of a hard pivot here. First off, just one crash today from the VMix. Ben even texted me this morning about 5:30. Said, I didn't get a chance to work on it yesterday, so fair warning, it probably will crash, but I'll be in there shortly after the show today in case anything goes wrong. So just one crash so far today, so we got that going for us. What also has me juiced, little extended version of Today in History, because 20 years ago on this date, on this very afternoon,
I told him to pull it up.
One of the greatest college football games ever played, postseason, regular season, you name it. We lost so well that it got Charlie Weiss a 10-year contract extension, the Bush push, and I absolutely refused to play the ending of the game because I just couldn't watch that this morning. I'm not in that sort of mindset when I'm waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, so let's live a little sooner, middle of the second quarter in the game, a little bit more of a fun moment.
Pretty hard tackling that guy in the open field, but a great tackle by Hoyt. Malone got the punt away, nearly blocked. Here's Zibikowski. Trying to get to the outside. He has blockers in front. Tom Zibikowski. Malone to beat. Shakes him off to the 5 and a touchdown.
And that's it. The game ended right there. 21-14 Notre Dame, I think, was the final score on that one. They just decided to shut down the game right there because the crowd was so amped.
Army Contain on the call.
That was that would have been Tom Hammond, I think, and then Pat Hayden.
Okay, Pat Hayden.
Yes, USC alum, baby. Hey, the NBC booth loves to get the former rivals of Notre Dame teams in the booth for whatever reason, whether it's Drew Brees or Pat Hayden
future
or
AD of
Doug Flutie.
Future AD.
Yes, exactly. So those two things have me sort of juiced, I guess. I don't know whether or not, maybe that moment had me juiced. The ending, it still hurts. I still really can't watch it to this day. And I don't even really remember it that much because I was 9 years old. But nevertheless, at least we've won, I think, 6 in a row in South Bend, hoping to make it 7 in a row on Saturday night against the Trojans. Tito, what has you juiced, sir?
Well,
any heavy hitters?
No, you know what? See, by the way, first of all, as always, appreciate your thoughts and the way you presented that to our listeners. And I will counter a little bit like negative juice. I think this one being very positive juice when it's all said and done, because something will happen and he'll get what he needs, and he'll be. I'm glad that you brought it to the forefront though, and brought that up. So I
had to make a joke. I told Nick when he texted me. I'm like, that's what I do in serious situations to lighten the mood. I go, listen, man, I'll go get tested. I didn't see it was typo blood at first. I just saw the beginning. I'm like, gosh. And then I'm like, hey, was that what your boy Sanchez was doing out there in Indy? Was he trying to get you one off the streets? Because Mark's always down for the cause. It's like, that's amazing.
So, yeah, that's a good one there. When I saw it last night, I know you'd already known about it, obviously, but I texted you about it, so we talked about it on the show. But just so you know, again, no heads up from you, not cool, because my whole what's got you juice is going to be this damn Chick-fil-A sandwich I got from Fish. And now it seems so minor compared to what you did.
It's all right. Hey, it's the little things in life that
I understand that, but yeah, like
enjoy that Chick-fil-A because Schleich said you're going to be seeing it later. You'll taste it twice. The sandwich so nice, you'll taste it twice.
Bob, look, okay.
The best part about the Chick-fil-A biscuit is the biscuit.
There's some things I've conceded to you. Okay, I stopped doing that countdown every day.
Oh,
okay. You said stop doing that.
Football? Because it's already here.
I know. I stopped doing before that, though. I stopped doing. You complained about.
I don't know that you did.
I don't know that we ever did stop doing that.
We slowed it down, Bobby. Since you complained about it for the third time, I have not said we're going to defend NWA either. Okay, I've stopped doing that also. All I'm asking you for about the 10th. Yeah, we're going to defend it then. But for like the 10th time, Bob, if you're going to go ultra deep, give us a damn heads up.
Well, you said we were going to talk about it on the show. When did you think I was going to bring it up? When was the appropriate time? I thought you might mention it.
Bobby's close friend, Nick Mangold.
Well, Buckeye alum.
I know he is, but that's your
potential Hall of Famer, NFL Hall of Famer. I mean, on the short list.
I'm just you need to give us a head. You need to Bodie and I both know because we know Bodie's is going to be Notre Dame related somehow, and it's never.
I told him that when he told me that.
You told him?
No, I didn't tell him about the Mangold thing. When he said the Bush push, I go, dude, bring that up. I remember watching that, and I'm like,
so do I, Bob.
That's a penalty.
Not the flag.
We got
cowards. Cowards.
McChickens, who now goes by the BDTM and a number after it, says he's type O. He'll do it for lifetime spicy snack wraps and $5,000.
I think Nick would probably be down with that.
I think he'd be.
Now they said the thing is, even if you have type O blood, I don't know if it's type O blood. They said outside of family members, it's maybe this is even with your blood type. It's 1 in 100,000 that have the capability of donating.
I think I'm O positive.
Oh, look over your shoulder, Tito.
What am I looking at?
There it is, right there. Oh, push him in, Reg.
Yes, illegal. He still barely got in, too.
I don't know though if mine, Bobby, is one that people would want.
Well, and that's the other thing I told Nick. I don't know how much I have left in the tank on my health meter on the kidney. He may have been. And if I give you one now, can I get on the list to get another one in like 5 or 6 years?
Can we just swap out a couple times?
I've done a number of searches of like how my life would change. I'm like, not really that much. I mean, I may have some issues. It said slow your alcohol consumption, but I mean, that's okay.
But if I gave it to him and needed it back in a few years, though, is there a way we could legally get that done?
I think it's a rental situation.
It's not. It's just a loaner. It's not a rental. I'm not going to charge him for it. I wouldn't charge for the kidney. I'm just saying. But if I needed it back, though, could he? What would be the medical complications of that?
Reopening? I don't know. I'm not sure if you can. Those are like exchangeogram.
Let's get Dr. Simon Fraser on and talk about that tomorrow. Maybe
he's a vascular surgeon. I don't know who does these. Like maybe a vascular surgeon. They got to hook up some blood vessels. It seems like in there.
You know who seems like the kind of guy who would just know these sort of things.
We'll talk tomorrow after the picks.
Yeah, Highness.
Maybe your Highness is O. You know.
I heard he's got a kidney farm out there in Arizona.
He probably does. Folks, we appreciate you tuning in. Thanks for sticking with us throughout the one crash today. Yes, we are back tomorrow. And as Bobby has told me, it's not AJ Hawk tomorrow. Tomorrow, though, is NFL Picks with Ya Highness. We will do that tomorrow. Thanks, folks. Morning Juice.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. An NBA Titan changes hands for a jaw-dropping $6.1 billion. The Boston Celtics, long a symbol of hardwood glory, have been sold to a group led by investor Bill Chisholm. The Celtics owners paid $360 million for the team in 2002 and are now getting a 17x return. A record-setting sale that proves the value of sports continues to skyrocket. Here's Chuck Moore, the CEO, and Travis Sanders, president of Riverside Bank of Dublin, on how they help local businesses with a return on their investment.
Thanks, Bobby. We truly value our partners in this community and work with them side by side to help maximize their return on investment. We live and work in Central Ohio. And we want to see it flourish, just like all of you.
Exactly, Chuck. Our partners come to us and stay with us because of our dedication to helping them grow and the amazing products we offer. Our experienced bankers and our local processing and underwriting will help you get things done faster, allowing you to seize opportunities as they come up.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or online at riverside.bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For the past 100 years, Shriners Children's has become family to over 1.5 million kids.
In tough times and good times, they're there when we need them most.
Please go online right now to loveshriners.org.
Hey Max, you look absolutely dashing in that purple tie. Ready to harness the world?
You bet, Daisy. I'm ready as I'll ever be. And might I say, your purple tie really pops with your vest.
Thanks. I almost went with a cape, but didn't want to come across as pretentious.
Nonsense. Anyone in our line of work should rock a cape.
You might be onto something, Max.
Phew, so here we go. First day on the job. We've got this, right?
Right. Don't forget, we both graduated from Dogs Inc. with honors.
Which means I can guide my human around a busy city with ease.
And I can give my human a restful night.
I hope my human is kind and loving.
And I hope mine likes wet kisses and zoomies.
Ready to make a difference?
Born ready. Let's go.
Discover how extraordinary dogs like Daisy and Max change lives at no cost to the recipients. Visit dogsinc.org.
What would it take for my child to only miss half a day of school for treatment?
What would it take to fund a cure for childhood cancer?
It would take all of us to come together to support the research. Join us. Go to childrenscancer.org today.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS-FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination.
Dominant performance last night against the Brewers. In 20 minutes, you better wake up. Because if you are not awake now, you will be in 20 minutes when Brad